With E3 2017 quite literally around the corner, our very own Marco Cocomello, more famously known as Cocomelt, will be keeping us up to date with the happenings and news straight from the event. In celebration and hype, we're going to list 10 of the games we're the most excited to see featured at E3 this year. First up is The Last of Us Part 2. Serving as a sequel to Naughty Dog's critically acclaimed game, nothing apart from epicness and emotional tormenting is expected from the sequel. Seeing the return of both Joel and Ellie, it seems to take place quite a few years after the first game, with what feels to be a much darker atmosphere and a much angrier Ellie. If anything, some gameplay or even a more revealing trailer at E3 would be a massive win for fans of the series. Next we have Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is the much anticipated sequel to the critically acclaimed open-world JRPG Xenoblade Chronicles. Starring a new character searching the expansive world for something currently only known as Elysium, we're hoping that a more comprehensive trailer at E3 will reveal not only more about what Elysium is, but feed our enthusiasm and excitement for what could likely be a very good reason to invest in a Nintendo Switch console. Now this one is currently more rumor than fact, but one that we're all really hoping makes an appearance, and that is Bethesda's Starfield, a currently unannounced galactic RPG which has been in development since the launch of Fallout 3 in 2008, will supposedly consist of 5 to 10 distinctive alien races. It will support space travel, hub worlds, and most surprisingly, an interconnected in-game universe connecting it to not only the Fallout series, but the Elder Scrolls universe as well. If previous Bethesda conferences are anything to go by, Starfield could very likely leave the rumor realm and blow us all away this Sunday, so keep your eyes peeled. Another unannounced title we're excited to hear of is EA and Visceral's open-world Star Wars game. We first caught a glimpse of this one at last year's E3, giving us nothing more than a few concept art images and a very short in-game scene. We really hope to see at least a flashy trailer of it this time round. Led by a solid pedigree of talent, including the likes of Assassin's Creed producer Jade Raymond and Amy Hennig, who was the lead writer for Uncharted, only greatness can be expected. This next game is a gem and one to take serious note of. Our very own Lola is ecstatic about this game and supporting the developers thereof with very good reason. I'm of course talking about Hellblade, a AAA title following SENUA, a remarkable protagonist engulfed in her psychosis, traveling a world of mythological Viking influence as she progressively slips into madness. What makes this game even more incredible is how the development team, who remains completely independent, consists of 20 passionate people who shared not only the development process, but actual tools of their trade with other developers and the public alike, while still delivering AAA quality at a very affordable price. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is dated for release on August 8th this year. After many spin-offs, prequels, and confusingly named tie-ins, a proper sequel to Kingdom Hearts 2 is on the way. The 12th game in the series will see Sora, Donald, and Goofy return to begin their search for the 7 Guardians of Light and the key to return hearts, as they attempt to thwart Master Xehanort's plan to bring about a second Keyblade War. Traveling through unforgettable Disney and Final Fantasy worlds while meeting iconic characters along the way, Kingdom Hearts 3 is set up to be the sequel we've all been waiting for. This list would not be complete without mentioning the highly anticipated God of War soft reboot. The latest entry in the long-running action game franchise developed by Sony Santa Monica, God of War will cast Kratos along with his son Atreus in a world of Norse mythology. Focusing on Kratos mastering the rage that fueled him over the years, while acting as mentor and protector of his son, this reboot features many RPG elements and promises to be a more accessible and less controversial game than the previous titles. I personally cannot wait to see more of this, and at least get a release date.
Shoot it!
On it!
Let's go! bring it down! You will kill it!
While Uncharted 4 wrapped up Nathan Drake's story, the franchise is set to continue with Uncharted The Lost Legacy, which is due out this August. Set in India, the game focuses on Chloe and Nadine as they seek the tusk of Ganesha. Coming in as a standalone expansion, it's set to offer more than 10 hours of gameplay, so needless to say, we are really excited to see more of it at E3.
Nowhere to run.
Shit! Back up! Go on for power! No!
You're late. I thought you were professional.
Oh, you should relax. You'll live longer.
From legendary developers CD Projekt Red comes Cyberpunk 2077. Set in a futuristic open world called Night City, it's based on the 1988 Mike Pondsmith's Cyberpunk pen and paper role-playing game system. It's meant to be a realistic, violent and mature game, just like The Witcher, and will feature a non-linear story where your decisions affect the outcome. CDPR are creating a new level of immersion, not only by upping the difficulty with language barriers that have to be broken down with ever more accurate translators, but with Brain Dance, a digital recording device streamed directly into the brain, allowing the player character to experience the emotions, brain processes, and muscle movements of another person as though they were their own. Here's hoping we at least get a new trailer this year, as it's been 4 years and the hype is still very real. And finally, a new Assassin's Creed game has been confirmed. This after the series took a year off, and beyond that announcement and this image, not much else has been shared officially. Ubisoft has teased that with this new game, a new era begins, and previous reports and leaks have suggested the game will be set in Egypt and carry the name of Assassin's Creed Origins. Let's hope we see a lot more about this game at E3 this year. That's it for our list, guys. What games and new franchises are you guys looking forward to seeing at E3 this year? Let us know in the comments, and as always, catch you guys online.